Story 1. I've always loved the sound of falling snow. It's quiet, but not empty like the world is holding its breath. That night wasn't supposed to snow. I remember that clearly because I obsessively check the weather every winter. I was sitting in my room, half reading a book, half dozing off when something felt off, not wrong, just different. When I finally looked out the window, the ground was already covered. Snow doesn't usually start like that. It eases in this, didn't. It was like someone flipped a switch. I didn't think. I just grabbed my jacket and drove. The trail I parked at is technically a hiking trail, but no one really uses it, especially at night. It's one of those places that feels abandoned even when it is not. The moment I stepped out of the car, the silence hit me. No wind, no animals, just the soft hiss of snow hitting the ground. I started walking. No plan, no destination, just deeper. After about 20 minutes, I stopped. Not because I was tired, but because something told me I'd gone far enough. That's when I heard it. Hi, a child's voice. I actually laughed under my breath at first. I told myself I imagined it. Snow does weird things to sound. Then it came again. Hi. This time my stomach dropped. I couldn't tell where it came from. It sounded close and far, and everywhere in between. I turned in circles, heart pounding. Nothing. I decided to head back. That's when I heard it again. Up here, silly. I looked up. He was sitting on a branch, a little boy, maybe 9 years old, bundled up for winter, hat, gloves, boots dangling in the air. The lowest branch of that tree was at least 20 feet off the ground. I don't know why, but seeing him calmed me at first. At least now I knew where the voice was coming from. I walked closer. That's when I noticed the snow. There were no footprints, none, which meant one thing. He'd been up there before it started snowing, at least 45 minutes in freezing temperatures. I asked him how he got up there. He smiled, not a normal smile. The kind someone makes when they don't quite understand how smiling works. It's a secret. My skin crawled. Then he stood up on the branch. Hey, watch this. Before I could say anything, before I could even process what was happening, he leaned backward and fell. 30 feet straight down. I screamed. There was a sound when he hit the ground that I will never forget. A wet, hollow thud. I ran toward him, already knowing there was no way he survived that before I reached him. He stood up like nothing happened. Then he laughed and ran. I chased him. I still don't know why. His footprints were clear in the snow, too clear. I could hear him laughing ahead of me, broken, wrong. Then I passed a tree. Something grabbed me from behind. I hit the ground hard. He was on top of me. Clawing, not punching, not hitting. Clawing. I felt nails dig into my neck. My face, my eyes. I screamed and swung blindly, finally managing to throw him off me. He landed, stood up instantly, and ran again, still laughing. This time, I didn't follow. The blood didn't hurt, but there was a lot of it, too much. The next thing I remember clearly is waking up in an ambulance. Then police, then questions, over and over. They searched the woods. They found one set of footprints. Mine, I went back days later. Nothing, no tree damage. No tracks, no sign anyone had ever been there. Sometimes I think the worst part isn't what happened. It's knowing that if I hadn't stopped to listen to the snow, he might have followed me home. Story 2. This happened over winter break my sophomore year. I was 19, the house to myself for 2 weeks. During the second week, a massive snowstorm hit. The forecast predicted something crazy. By the time I woke up that Saturday, there was already close to a foot of snow still coming down hard. Plows couldn't keep up. Roads were impassable. That evening, bored out of my mind, Wi-Fi knocked out, I decided to walk to my friend Ryan's house. About 1.5 miles, snow piling everywhere, streets empty, trees heavy with snow. The walk started peaceful. White blanket everywhere, street lights reflecting. It was eerily beautiful. Halfway there, the road cut through a stretch of woods. No houses, only trees, snow-deep, wind howling. I felt alone, completely alone. Out of nowhere, headlights appeared. Far off, moving slowly, a snowplow, then veered hard right. Cut off the road, muffled crunch, everything quiet again. I ran toward the spot, snow slowing me down, expecting to find someone hurt. The plow front end crumpled, engine still running, driver's seat empty. Passenger seat empty, literally no one inside, no footprints around. Whoever had been driving vanished. I ran back toward the street, heard a man's voice calling for help, impossibly close. My gut screamed, "Keep moving." I ran all the way to Ryan's house. Police called. Plow tracks searched. Nothing found. They told us no sign of a plow. Officers left. The storm raged on. I never saw the driver again. Story 3. This happened when I was commuting home from private school. Winter train ride. Massive snowstorm hit mid-evening. Last train running, roads impossible. Parents couldn't pick me up. I'd have to walk home through 1 mile of woods. The station empty, blizzard everywhere, streetlights reflecting off snow. Beautiful and eerie. I started walking highway first, then woods, deep snow slowing me. Suddenly I glanced up. 30 yards ahead, a man standing in the middle of the snow, facing me, not dressed for the weather, short sleeves, shorts. His face twisted in a deranged smile. I froze. My brain couldn't process it. Then he screamed, charged at me. I ran, snow slowing me, panic rising. Felt him closing in with every step. Finally burst out of the woods, hit the road. He vanished. I ran home. Parents shocked. Told them. Police arrived hours later. No footprints, no follow-up. Never saw him again, skin purple, freezing, bald, patchy gray beard. Still can't explain it. So, tell me, what would you do if this happened to you? Write it down in the comments. I want to know, and if you want more stories like this, more mysteries that will keep you awake at night,